Alright, Gooners, so today we've got some Vaush allegations in the works. Now, before we begin these Vaush allegations, I just want to give like a quick disclaimer. First of all, sorry for not uploading. I originally had another upload planned yesterday or today. It was the Joe Rogan, James Tallarico episode reaction. But unfortunately, it got copyright claimed. And so I'm currently just getting that settled. I filed a dispute. The dispute was rejected. So the next step is filing an appeal. And that's what I'm going to be doing because the video absolutely does fall under fair use in copyright law. So, and for reference, the original podcast episode was 2 hours 36 minutes long. My reaction is 4 hours 20 minutes long, if that gives you any idea of how much I pause and add commentary to the original podcast. That's neither here nor there, though. I just wanted to be a little bit transparent as to why there haven't been uploads for the past few days. But that's pretty much it. I guess we'll just move on to the Vaush stuff now. So, about a week ago, Vaush had some new allegations come out. Shocker. Vaush having some allegations where he was inappropriately talking to a minor in 2017. Oh my god, it's Dr. Disrespect 2.0. No, but apparently Vaush was 23 years old. I think the minor was 17. There's a lot of people that were saying this minor was 17 at the time, while Vaush was 23. So going into this, that age gap's obviously not good. It potentially could be predatory. It's kind of fucked up for sure. 23 and 17 is not okay. Absolutely not. It definitely could be predatory, for sure. But yeah, we'd have to see what we've got. So it starts off with this Twitter thread by Sarah Fields, who posted this on July 23rd, so again, a week ago. Exclusive report. A source, who I am keeping anonymous for obvious reasons, has come forward regarding a popular left-leaning socialist and progressive streamer Vaush. Vaush rose to prominence in 2019 after starting his own YouTube and Twitch channels, having previously been part of streamer Destiny's community under the alias Irish Laddie. According to a new report, the source showed that in 2017, Vaush engaged in a sexual conversation with a minor at the time. Vaush would have been 23 years old at the time. The source provided known screenshots. So apparently this minor was 17. That's what a lot of people were saying. If they're any younger, that's even worse. But, like, best case scenario, they're fucking 17. Because, again, I guess talking to a 17-year-old is not as bad as talking to, like, a 13-year-old. It's still bad either way. It's still very gross. But it's, like, there's levels of bad to things. And, again, I'm not saying this isn't necessarily predatory. It definitely could be. We'd have to see the extent of it. In 2021, Vaush faced backlash for controversial statements. In 2019, allegations of sexual harassment surfaced from explicit messages sent to a person named Poppy in Destiny's Discord. So we knew about this Poppy person. Yeah, back in 2021, Vaush, like, sexually harassed them, like, relentlessly, like, from what I saw, yeah. So yeah, this part was nothing new. More recently, in 2024, he faced some severe accusations of accidentally revealing a folder during a live stream, some of which contained inappropriate content fueling pedophilia allegations. Yeah, it was the lolicon stuff and then the horse porn. Yeah, that's, again, if people think Vaush is a pedophile for the lolicon stuff, I can't really blame them, to be honest with you. Lolicon is very fucking degenerate. I really don't blame them. He has also come under fire for his views on age of consent in the past. Oh, yeah, he's advocated for lowering age of consent as well. Yeah, Vaush is a very weird guy. He's a very, very strange guy. If you have children or teens, I strongly ensure that they are not watching the streamer. Okay, so what are the screenshots? Howdy, howdy. Howdy doody, friend-a-rooney. How's it going? Shit, how about you? Sorry, I'm just lying in bed presently. I might sleep soon, just a warning. Why is it shit? I'm tired, I'm sad, I have a headache, and I'm hungry. I don't know how many of those I can address, but I'll try in order. First, I suggest adhering to a strict sleep schedule. It really helps with chronic fatigue. Second, remember that in all the times you could have been born into, you're living in an era of relative prosperity, and you have the capacity to better your situation. The future is full of potential. Also, when you're 18, you can see my dick. It's pretty rad. Okay, wow, incredible. Jesus fuck. So this is very clearly Vaush acknowledging that he knows the age of the person. Incredible. There is verification that these DMs are... Okay, I can't show that part on YouTube, obviously. It's a literal fucking dick pic. I cannot show that on YouTube at all for obvious reasons. Yeah, there's like a video of Sarah proving that it's not AI because some people are saying that it's AI generated. As for the headache, I suggest lying down. As for the hunger, I mean, you gotta eat, man. Yee, but I really don't care what people think about you. Call me memes and my big dick. Yeah? You charmer? Are you flirting with me? Just being honest. And flirtatious. Well, I like you too. Maybe I'll hear your voice someday. Maybe you just get yelled at for being commie too much, and I think people are being nice with you are flirting. Most of the flirting I get into because I'm a commie. Leftism is sexy. Leftism is sexy? Why do you hate me for everything I stand for? Oh yeah, and then there's this age of consent thing. The way I see it, age of consent exists out of respect for the numerous power imbalances older people have as younger people. As those imbalances, or at least some of them, are redressed through the advent of socialism, the age of consent should therefore be lowered. So I don't know if this is my most charitable interpretation is that this is some weird fucking joke that's out of context from Vaush. But given his history with Lolicon, given his history with the fucking horse porn shit, given his, like, history with, like, sexual harassment and shit, like, what a lot of people will do is a lot of people will use jokes to communicate how they actually feel about something. They'll be like, oh my god, you know, this person is so fucking, like, this. They'll describe a person, they'll be like, oh, JK, ha ha ha, LOL, JK, when really that's actually how they feel. So that's kind of the vibe that I get from this. Like, the most charitable interpretation is that, like, it's a fucking stupid out of context joke. The least charitable interpretation, which is the one I'm leaning towards, to be honest, is that this is him actually communicating how he feels about a certain topic. So yeah, Vaush is very strange. So this person, the one thing I would say about these allegations is we need verification of their age specifically. That's the one thing that I would need to see is the verification that they're like, hey, I'm 17 years old. But I mean, Vaush seems to know that they're under the age, and he's communicating with them and he's flirting with them as he's 23. So yeah, not good. All right. So I obviously can't show this on YouTube. I'm not even going to zoom in on it. It's going to be censored. Okay. It's going to be censored here. I can't show this, but I'll read it to you. It's basically Vaush's dick pic. He sent a fucking dick pic to them. So apologies in advance for this. The person that tweeted this was Pleading Egg. Trigger warning, grooming. Vaush DM'd me over the summer telling me things that he loved me. And that I was the only one for him. He eventually sent me, a minor, nudes without my consent, and when I confronted him, he told me that he was 12. Why are victims never taken seriously? Vaush told you that Vaush was 12? Vaush lied about his age to you? Okay, interesting. We would need to see some level of proof for that for sure. But all we have here is this is me, don't show anyone, and that's obviously a penis pic. Okay, incredible. I obviously can't show that on YouTube. Alright, so I guess how this story got traction was that the H3 podcast went over this. So we're going to watch the H3 podcast, and we're going to react to it. I think Ethan has his coverage of it, and as far as I know, this is the only known coverage of the situation that I could find. Like, there's nothing else that goes further in depth with these Vaush allegations specifically. Again, Vaush has a whole rabbit hole of really bad things he's done. He's a very weird guy. He's very fucking degenerate, and I personally am not a fan of the guy. I just think that we do need a little more information. That's why I tried to wait a little bit to see if more would come out on this story. But it doesn't seem like anyone has followed up on it, so I'm just going to be reporting based on the information that is available. Again, we have this H3 podcast thing we're going to get through. Yeah, let's get through it.
So new algos dropped on our boy Vaush.
Algos, huh?
Vaush is a despicable human being. He's a creep. He's a weirdo.
Oh, boy.
And least important, totally not important to the discussion, but I'll say it just for the record.
He's a YouTuber.
He's a YouTuber.
Socialist. What? He's a YouTuber.
He is. And, you go down the line of... Okay, fine. You're right. I tried to make a joke about why are all the socialist YouTubers creeps, and Dan pointed out, I think it's just a YouTuber thing, and that's...
Oh, damn.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What? And experience shows.
Not a great track record.
Yeah, a great track record for the YouTube community.
We've all jerked at the Loli at some point.
No, we haven't.
No, we have not.
That's just factually insane. That is
Time
insane.
out.
After-
I can confirm that every time I've tried to beat my meat, it was never once to any form of lolicon. I can confirm that.
A lot of us didn't even know
We've
what
at some
Loli
point
is.
in our lives been going fucking crazy on some hentai site.
No. Well, I definitely have not.
No.
Stroking as hard and fast as we can.
Hey, please.
It's so obvious to me that he is such a sexually deviant freak.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is. I mean, that's why he sexually harassed that Poppy person, which I'm pretty sure was, like, a legitimate claim of sexual harassment. And now these allegations have came out after, like, many years that it happened, where he allegedly was talking to a minor while he was 23, which is definitely not good. 23 is definitely too old, for sure. Yeah.
This guy has issues,
yeah.
bro. So
Get
Sarah
into it.
Fields is the one that breaks this story, and I guess she's some kind of like amateur journalist type of thing.
Yeah, it's
You're kind of like Taylor Lorenz deal. Maybe she's better than Taylor Lorenz, because Taylor Lorenz is a fucking lying piece of shit. If you've seen the Content Cop, you would know how fucking, like, really suspicious of a person Taylor Lorenz is.
one of these Twitter people. So,
But the thing is that by herself, it's not necessarily credible. However, she has what's the history? She.
so we talked about her. I guess we didn't really talk about her, but we talked about a story that she brought to light a couple months ago with the Harry Sisson.
Oh, wait, is she the same person who broke the Harry Sisson story? Oh, fuck all those women who came out forward with the Harry Sisson situation. That was such a giant nothing burger. Like, the allegation at worst with Harry Sisson was just that he was a fuckboy. That's really all it comes down to. That's pretty much it. He could have acted a little more appropriately. He could have communicated better boundaries. He could have been more open and honest with some of these women. But that's really all that happened. Like, Harry Sisson is not a predator. The allegations were so fucking sensationalized. It was like a giant nothing. Okay, I actually didn't know that this was the same person that released that. That's good to know, I guess.
Harry Sissy? That's not nice.
Don't say that.
Harry Sisson, whatever. So he was the TikTok kind of liberal influencer.
Oh, this guy. Who
met up with, yeah, and he had those very embarrassing.
He was asking all kinds of girls for nudies.
Yeah, he was basically.
Yeah, who cares? Who gives a fuck?
He was basically being a fuckboy, a real fuckboy. So it wasn't like the most, it wasn't the most serious like accusation kind of thing. However, there were like kind of an absurd amount of women that came out and said that he was telling them all that they were the only person he was talking to.
Yeah, who cares? I don't care, personally. Like, listen, again, it's fuckboy behavior, and fuckboy behavior, it's wrong to do fuckboy behavior, okay? It's wrong. But also, it's not, like, something that should ruin someone's entire career. I really don't care. Now, should Harry be held to a higher standard because he advocates for women and he's, like, a self-identifying feminist or whatever? Yes, absolutely. Harry should be held to a higher standard. I agree. But also, it's not like this horrific thing that should crash and burn his entire career, is the point I'm trying to make.
And getting them to send nudes and stuff. So, kind of creepy behavior. So, yeah.
I wouldn't say it's creepy behavior. I will say, when Ethan and, like, the people on the podcast, on the H3 podcast, talk about these issues, I remember they talked about the Call Me Carson situation years ago, and then they kind of assigned, like, some of the worst labels onto him. And I'm just like, listen, I feel like Ethan is at his best when he sticks to the Hassan stuff and, like, not to situations that require a little bit of, like, nuance to understand and, like, require, like, fact by fact basis to, like, understand. And I'm not saying what Vaush is doing here is good, because it's definitely, like, very serious, and it does seem like these claims have some level of credibility. And given Vaush's past, I really am inclined to not be skeptical about these allegations as much, but still,
we're not necessarily the Sarah Fields. All I can say is that she seemed right about that one, and so
she has
not really. I don't think I wouldn't even say that she was right about that. So
a record of reporting things that were true, I guess.
Well, yes, but also the Harry Sisson stuff was sensationalized, which was made like worse than it actually was. So I don't even know if I don't know. I am a little skeptical of it coming from Sarah Fields, but also Vaush has a bad history, so I really don't know if I feel like litigating this on her too much.
It's worth mentioning she's also a right-wing activist, so there could certainly be some political motivation. Although Vaush isn't really that big of a deal, I don't see it.
Right. I mean, I think that's why she went after the Harry guy as well.
That's true. Yeah, both. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with the Harry thing, it was all of those women were coming out on their own, and she basically contacted them all, and compiled all of it into one place, and sort of, Whereas in this case, it's coming from an anonymous source.
So Sarah Fields reports the following. Exclusive report. A source, who I'm keeping anonymous for obvious reasons, has come forward regarding the popular left-leaning socialist and progressive streamer Vaush. Vaush rose to prominence in 2019 after starting his own YouTube and Twitch channels, having previously been part of the streamer Destiny's community under the alias Irish.
Right, okay, we read through all this.
I'm so associated with Destiny. I'm sorry to break it to both of you scumbags, Son and Vaush, but I made it without putting Destiny's cock anywhere near my mouth.
Oh my god, true. And also, Destiny is a disgusting degenerate fuck. I really, I don't know. Destiny is one of those streamers that, I think Destiny is a very smart person. He is very educated on a lot of the stuff he talks about, but I don't think Destiny is a very good person. There's just, controversy after controversy after controversy that Destiny is always getting himself into. He always surrounds himself with some of the most degenerate fucking people possible. What is it? That one person who accused Hassan of sleeping with her when she was a minor or whatever, he surrounded himself with. He surrounds himself with a lot of, women who have a lot of mental health problems. And then, whenever he gets accused by them, then he'll just blame it on them being oh my god, they're crazy, though. They got mental health problems. They're crazy. That's, the thing he'll go to. So he'll do that specifically on purpose. And then he surrounded himself with, Vaush, who's one of the degenerate people. There's, so many fucking degenerate people. Mr. Girl is another one of them, who is a self-admitted pedophile. I'm not even kidding. Mr. Girl is a literal self-admitted pedophile. It's just, he just surrounds himself with so many fucking, strange people that have surrounded his career. And then there was the, Pixie stuff with the where he non-consensually shared, Pixie's nudes with other people, and that's a massive violation of someone's boundaries, and that to me was the straw that broke the camel's back. There's no way I would be able to support Destiny after that. There's no fucking shot. And also, he's just very edgy too. He's just, I don't know. Destiny is just, I don't think Destiny is a good person. He's just a smart guy that wastes his intelligence on so many other degenerate things. That's just my take on Destiny.
All on my own, baby. The only cock I put in my mouth was my own.
Whoa!
I wish I could put my own cock in my mouth. Can you imagine the amount of degenerate things I'd do? Crazy.
That's right.
Did you remove your ribs like Marilyn Manson?
Didn't need to.
Oh, wow.
Bro, you must.
Damn.
Good on you, man.
Damn. Okay.
According to new reports, the source stated that in 2017, Vaush engaged in sexual conversations with him. The source engaged in sexual conversation with him while knowing he was a minor at the time. Vaush would have been 23 years old at the time.
Yeah, so that's obviously not good. So, it's not a Call Me Carson situation where it's a 19-year-old talking to a 17-year-old. This guy's 23 at the time, which means even if they're 17, 16, 15, or even younger, it's implied that they're 17 because they said when you turn 18. So I think it is implied that they turn 17 if you look back at the DMs. So again, I'm just going to operate under the assumption that it's 23 and 17, which again, not good. It's definitely not good.
The source has provided the shown screenshots. In 2021, Vaush faced backlash for controversial statements. In 2019...
2021?
Yeah, what?
Oh, I guess... There must be... You know what? There's been multiple rounds of this, hasn't there? So I was it wasn't that long ago, but I think that's a totally different thing, isn't it?
Listen, he's a creep.
Yeah, right.
And he keeps getting into creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I agree with this. The fucking lolicon stuff, the sexual harassment. Vaush has a very weird digital footprint on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, the way he was trying to defend certain
All
things.
kinds of
all
things
kinds
that you
of
shouldn't
things.
really defend.
Oh yeah, he was trying to say that the age of consent should be lowered and shit. That's another thing. I again, that was earlier, and then I just that's very Vaush is such a fucking weird person. There's no way. Even if these allegations turn out to be false, that doesn't change the fact that Vaush is still a very fucking concerning individual, in my opinion. He's still very bad, even if these allegations turn out to be false.
And yeah.
In 2019, allegations of sexual harassment surfaced from explicit messages sent to a person named Poppy in Destiny's Discord.
Oh, right.
Really?
I kind of remember.
It all
talking
goes
about
down
this.
in Destiny's Discord. Hey, Vaush.
What a good guy. Destiny is a great guy.
You spent a lot of time there? More recently, in 2024, he faced severe accusations after accidentally revealing...
Yeah, I feel like the only people that are in Destiny's orbit now are still part of Destiny's community are just some of the most morally inept people that you could find on planet Earth. Yeah, so that's who I think are going to be in Destiny's community going forward.
A folder during a live stream, which some claim contained inappropriate content fueling pedophilia allegations. He has also come under fire for his views on the age of consent in the past. She went really light on him as far as this folder is concerned.
I think
As far
it's
as like
pretty sussy.
the summary,
Well, she just described it as inappropriate.
Because it was hard to tell, right?
I remember
Like,
it was like it was flash on screen for.
Well, no, it was literal lolicon, and so like, yeah, I mean, he literally got caught red-handed with a fucking folder of lolicon and horse porn. So I mean, like I said, if people think Vaush is a pedophile for the lolicon stuff alone, I don't blame them for thinking that. I would never criticize them for it. It's fucking, you should never be fueling that kind of fucking material ever, just in any circumstance.
Second, and then people supposedly found all of the images that were in there, and it was definitely. Yeah.
What? If you have children or teens, I strongly suggest ensuring they are not following the streamer. That I agree with. And even without knowing he's a creep. You know what I mean?
Hello, Vaush.
Would you like me to do a dramatic reading of
Yes.
Sure, that'd be cool.
this? Okay.
Okay, I think we've read all this. Yada yada yada. I think we've read all this. Hold up, wait. What do we got here?
Pocket pull as he was typing this, like straight up, dude.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
That's
so weird.
so,
By the way, Love, also one aspect as well that it shows is that the kid is kind of like vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, sure.
He's
Dude,
looking for
this-
advice from someone he trusts.
Yeah, and it's just weird talking to him about their future. It's like Doc talking to Marty at the end, but if he's trying to fuck him, you know? Like, it's just
Marty, you
weird.
can see my dick when you're 18.
Also, this guy really thinks a lot of his dick. I've noticed he talks
We've all
about it a
judged
lot.
it the
Listen,
Loli
he
at
goes,
some point or
when you're
whatever.
18, you can see my dick, and it's pretty rad.
I remember there was a fucking clip of Vaush that I forget where to find it, but he was like screaming on his mic on like live stream talking about his like 12-inch flaccid cock or whatever. And he's like, I'm like, this guy thinks about sex a lot, dude. This guy is a legitimate sexual deviant. This guy is fucking degenerate. And yeah, this guy's weird. Okay, so do we
conversation with a minor.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
this is a crime on its own. For
Right.
sure.
That's,
This is
is
like
this a crime?
Yes.
Think
it's definitely a
you
crime
can
for
get
an
in trouble
adult.
for having a sexual conversation with a teenager.
I know.
I would say maybe. It's very weird. The law is very weird on this stuff. So sometimes, because this is what happened with Dr. Disrespect, right? So Dr. Disrespect, very clearly, if you read his admittance to what he did, he says that he had an inappropriate conversation that he knew he had with a minor multiple times. And if you read between the lines, you can tell that it's very clearly sexual conversation. He said no pictures were sent, which obviously is referring again. And then in his like second response, he's like, they were the age of the consent in the jurisdiction of the user's messages sent or whatever. And he was like justifying it and all that stuff. And I'm just like, that's very, yeah, I mean, he's backing up from like a legal standpoint because that's all he got. Because morally what he did was fucking gross. He was 35 at the time talking to either a 16 or a 17-year-old. Minor, which is very fucking like gross. Like it's gross. Like you're 35 years old. Like what are you doing, my guy? I feel like for the conversation on its own, I don't think that can get you arrested from a legality standpoint. It's hard to say. But if they ever met up and had actual sexual contact, that could potentially get him in legal trouble. That's where things could get in trouble. Now, if Vaush sent pictures, which, again, we did see earlier, he did send a picture, that is also a crime. That is something he could get arrested for sending lewd material to someone who is a minor, right? Now, again, if Vaush was, like, maybe 18, 19, or 20 at the time, I'm pretty sure that there wouldn't be any case of this being, like, a legal case whatsoever. I also wouldn't really care as much because they're within a reasonable age range at that point. Like 2 to 3 years is kind of like the maximum I would go. But again, this is like a 6-year age gap. So again, that's very different. Again, and the wider the age gap is, the worse it gets. So I would say, yeah, I mean, I don't think Vaush met up with this person. The dick pic is definitely something that he could get arrested for. And it also is worth noting that this happened in 2017, which means the statute of limitations could have potentially passed. So, because it was, what, like 8 years ago? So, statute of limitations probably would have passed, and he probably wouldn't be in trouble for this legally. That's kind of just, like, worth mentioning there.
For a fact, because I've watched Gideon.
I don't know how to
Okay,
say
didn't even
this.
know.
I don't know how to say this properly, so I'm just gonna say it. I feel like pedos usually have more riz than this. You know, they have a better. Don't pull your mic away, Dan. I feel like they have better.
You're right in that.
Really? I don't know, man. I never think pedos have, like, any riz whatsoever. Like, every time I watch, like, a Gideon video or I watch a Chris Hansen video or like, anything, like, they usually, I don't know, like, they usually, I mean, I don't know. It's not a very high bar to set because they're talking to a fucking child, and, like, children are easy to manipulate. Ugh, that's very bad out of context. But, yeah, no, it's hard to even, I don't know, I guess AB was just making a bit of a joke there.
The most successful predators are very slick with it. Obviously, otherwise you'd be in jail a long time before.
Yeah, definitely.
But some of these predators.
But
get
this
really
is our
sophisticated.
little laddie, you know.
This is little laddie from Destiny's Discord, man. What are people learning in that Discord? something. That Discord needs to be shut.
I mean, Destiny did say, like, if you watch the Ryan Beard content nuke on Destiny, he, like, literally, he just, like, fucking talks about, like, some of the most degenerate shit Destiny has said about, like, fucking children and stuff. So, and, like, how, like, a 15-year-old in a bikini was, like, super hot. It's, like, very fucking weird. Like, Destiny surrounds himself with some of the most weird fucking people imaginable.
Down it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so shall we
So, and just to clarify, I checked. This is the same day.
right, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yes, the same day. Well, so 7:20 a.m. Wait, no. Wait, why do you say?
Yeah, it's just like 15 minutes later.
Yeah,
Okay.
10-8.
He said he was going to sleep, but I guess different time zones probably or something. I don't know. Yeah. Read the big dick thing again.
We could just move on. Call me memes and my big dick. Yeah, you charmer. Are you flirting with me?
Just being honest.
And flirtatious. Well,
No.
I like you too. Maybe I'll hear your voice someday.
Dude, no, they weren't being flirtatious
Nope.
at all. They were just being like a
Nope.
supportive like fan.
That's insane.
He's like, I don't really care
Oh
what
my
people think
God.
about you. I like you. Oh, you trying to fuck me, child? No, I'm just being honest. Oh, and you're trying to fuck me too.
Grooming.
Tell me.
Grooming.
Okay, so just to be clear, it could definitely be a grooming tactic, but I don't, I have to remember, grooming is a very intentional, methodical process of setting typically a child up for typically sexual exploitation. So grooming is a very, it's a very serious thing. It's like here's the thing. Even if, like, I don't know, a 25-year-old talks to a fucking 10-year-old, it wouldn't even, like, technically be grooming. It would be disgusting. It's pedophilic, obviously. It would be pedophilia, for sure. But, like, it wouldn't be, like, grooming on. So, like, grooming is a separate thing in addition to, like, the already very bad behavior. And it doesn't have to be horrific. It doesn't have to be grooming for it to be fucking horrific, you know? Like, grooming is, like, a separate behavior. So, again, if Vaush was, like, separating them from their friends and family, saying, oh my god, you can't trust your support structures, you can't trust your friends or family, if he was saying things like, you know, if he was doing everything in his power to make sure that the sexual exploitation could continue over and over again, getting them as far away from society as possible to continue the exploitation, that these are, like, very predatory. Like, grooming is intentional predatory behavior. So could these be grooming tactics? Maybe, but I think I don't feel comfortable calling it that just yet. I would need to see more. Because again, like, grooming is a buzzword on the internet. A lot of people tend to just throw this word around and not understand what it actually means. And so, like, it's a buzzword on the internet. Like, the terminally online definition of grooming in the online atmosphere is a mockery of what it actually means in the real world. So I think it's just important to bring that up.
What a fucking psychopath.
We've all judged it.
What a loser. I know what you wanted to say there, and a lolly lover too. Just say it, you know, like, those are pretty much confirmed at this point, Ethan. Just say it.
Loli at some
He's a
point.
dangerous man. Vaush is a
Where were
dangerous
we?
man. And somehow people are not talking about this. Why are people not talking about this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why not a lot of people were talking about this. Was it because of the lack of proof? Was it because, like, maybe there just wasn't enough information to go around? Like, I don't really see... I saw Nicholas Diorio cover it, but that was about it. Like, I don't really see a lot of people covering this. I wanted to... The reason I didn't cover it was because I wanted to wait to see if there would be more information that comes forward that I could digest more easily. But this is all we've got. We have the fucking Sarah Fields Twitter threads, and then we have this, like, H3 coverage that I wanted to watch, and so that's pretty much all we have. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right, then.
So when I was looking into this, the impression that I got is that the majority of the reaction when it got circulated yesterday was, yeah, we know. That Vaush is a pedo. Like it genuinely, it was like most of it was like, oh, you're telling me this for the first time? You know, but people posting memes.
Well, this is
like the
worse,
Trump
though.
meme.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Like, that was kind of my reaction as well. Oh my god, Vaush has allegations that he talked to a minor inappropriately? Color me surprised. Yeah, no, when these allegations first landed, I was like, yeah, I'm not shocked. Like, even if these allegations turn out to be true, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. Vaush has advocated historically to lower age of consent. He literally got caught red-handed with horse porn and Loli on his PC while he was live streaming. And, he's just a very degenerate guy. Like, honestly, like, if you've seen, like, video essays on Vaush, you would just know how much of a degenerate weirdo he is. He's just very fucking weird. So, like, I'm not shocked. Even if these allegations turn out to be false, he's still a very degenerate piece of shit, even if these allegations aren't real.
Like, this is... he's actually sexist.
This one's real bad, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
This is the worst
This
thing.
is worse than the lol.
It's worse than the folder,
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, it's definitely worse. I would agree.
Yeah.
Well, I like you too. Maybe I'll hear your voice someday.
Maybe you'll just get yelled at for being a commie too much and think people being nice with you are flirting with you.
That's
Again,
what...
that's another like pushback.
Yeah.
That's another, I'm not flirting with you.
Yeah.
Most of the flirting I get into is because I'm a commie. Leftism is sexy.
Not it.
Again, these DMs are very cringe. I mean, just to be clear, whenever you read any DMs between anyone, it's always going to be cringe, but it's especially bad because the age gap is very inappropriate here.
Anymore.
Let me see that liberal dick.
I like
No,
the
okay, I can't
response.
see that.
Wow, this person is so uninterested.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude. Read the room, man. Even this child is more mature.
No, Vaush sees like 2 letters and he's like, are you flirting with me?
EH? You mean ejaculate in my hand?
Oh, man. God damn it.
I know that acronym.
Question mark?
Maybe he actually did think that, Ethan, is considering he put a question mark there. Maybe he actually did thought that the child wanted to ejaculate into Vaush's hand.
Leftism is sexy?
Or teenager, sorry. When I say child, like, there's a connotation. When I say child, some people will think prepubescent child, which is like 13 and under. But, a teenager. I'll be proportionate. Sorry. I want to be proportionate with the language.
Why do you hate me and everything I stand for?
Just 1 sec, right?
Oh, God.
Dude, you are a dangerous degenerate. You have a problem, bro. You need help. This is not normal behavior.
Yeah.
And then when you're done with that, go see someone about being a commie, because that's another illness. Okay, I'll stop. I'm just being silly.
What the fuck is this thing on Vaush's ear, by the way? It looks like a giant fucking cyst on his lower ear. What is that? That's so weird. Is that just like a weird earring and it's like the photo quality that's just like not making it come out right? I have no idea what the fuck that is. It looks like a giant fucking pimple or a cyst on his lower ear. It's kind of crazy.
You can, whatever, I don't care. I don't care. So there's more. Oh, this is a previous statement.
Oh, yeah, the age of consent stuff. Yeah, this statement, I doubt that this was a joke. Even if it is a joke, he's using it to communicate probably, most likely, how he actually feels, yeah.
About age of consent.
Yeah, so we've seen this one before.
But it's good. This is a year later.
Yeah, this is a year later.
The way I see it, the age of consent exists out of respect for the numerous power imbalances older people have over younger people. As those imbalances, at least some of them, are redressed, though the advent of socialism, the age of consent should therefore be lowered. This motherfucker is a socialist because he wants to fuck kids.
Oh my god.
Wow. So just to be clear, I mean, it's implied. We don't actually have anything explicit that he wanted to fuck this child, but like if it got anything further, or teenager, I again, proportionality. we don't know if he would have escalated it further, you know? He probably would have if it got any further than it did, but yeah.
Basically.
No kidding.
Because he's saying the power dynamic will be different, so we can change the age consent.
He's saying, in my perfect socialist utopia, adults can fuck children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because adults will no longer have a power imbalance with children, which...
How? Why?
What does socialism have to do with that, actually?
What happened in socialism where that
changes?
changed? Like,
Not me.
Like,
I mean, like,
why do kids become
read that chapter.
Because your parents suck, you have shitty parents, you have a shitty home life, socioeconomical stuff, or sometimes just bad luck. You just got put in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people. How is socialism addressing any of that?
It's crazy.
This guy wants...
It's not a good point.
No.
I think we can declare he did
officially.
Well, yeah. I think that, like, listen, the age of consent in a lot of states in America is like 16 or 17, which I think we need to change. I think we need to increase it to 18 with like exceptions to like reasonable age ranges, of course. So like a 19 and 17-year-old's fine or whatever. But honestly, I actually think if anything, like we're probably past the point of 18 being like a reasonable age of consent as well. I actually think if anything, we could raise it even further, especially with people's like maturity like slowing down as a result of COVID and like every other thing. So I feel like quite frankly we're past the point of 18 being like a reasonable age of consent too. I think we could like raise that. The fact that you can consent to having sex at like 16 or 17, but you have to be 21 to drink alcohol is fucking nuts to me. That is wild.
You did not cook there.
It seems almost like you started with the premise and moved backwards to justify it.
Right. Oh, that'd be interesting.
All right, yeah. I mean, like, listen, this Vaush situation, if it's true, very gross. And I mean, it pretty much confirms what we knew about Vaush prior. Like, he was already a very degenerate person. Even if these allegations are false, Vaush is still a very degenerate, weird freak, for sure. Again, the age gap was absolutely not appropriate, 23 and 17. I don't think Vaush would be a pedophile based on that because pedophilia is prepubescent children. Though again, the lolicon stuff could change that because lolicon is prepubescent children. I know I'm going to get that weird fucker in the comments being like, well, actually, lolicon, lore accurately, they are meant to look like prepubescent children, but they are actually thousands of years old, therefore it is not pedophilia or whatever. I'm gonna get some like weird commenter that says something like that. But again, it's still I wouldn't blame people for thinking someone's a pedophile if they're into like lolicon because they're meant to look like prepubescent children. Anyway, yeah, this Vaush stuff's very gross. Very, very gross behavior for sure, if it's true. Seems like Vaush is so bad with Riz that he can't even Riz up a 17-year-old. That's crazy work, brother. That's crazy work. Getting rejected by a 17-year-old is like next level loser. That's crazy work, man. All right, yeah. I mean, not much else to say. There's very limited information available on this topic, so I guess fuck Vaush, I guess.